Hello students, today we are talking about No Longer at Ease. This is the second novel of Chinua Achebe published in the year 1960. Major themes of this novel are corruption and problems in the Osu system, and also there are other themes like colonialism and sponsored education. Also, important characters of this novel are Obi Okonkwo, the grandson of Okonkwo of the novel Things Fall Apart, and Clara. Clara belongs to the caste of Osu, which is in African terminology, this means untouchables. Clara is the lover of Obi Okonkwo. She is an Osu. Because of this, problems comes to their later life, and Clara is not acceptable to the parents of Obi because of her caste. Osu system is a counterpart of Indian untouchable system. Actually, Obi Okonkwo is a brilliant student from his village, and he is sent to England for further education by a group called Umuaro Students Association. In Europe, Obi get an education which made him European in thinking and African in color. Through this novel, Chinua Achebe is accusing the sponsored education system of British government, which makes the talented African students an agent of British corruption. No Longer at Ease shows the collapse of African values as a result of English education. The protagonist of this novel, that is Obi, who returns to his native land with Prussian confusion. Here, Chinua Achebe is talking about the confused mindset of every talented African teenager who is sent to into England for university education, but there he was forced to think in terms of British government. He is and as a result of this education, they are lacking their native knowledge about their ethnicity, culture, and rich African tradition, and this creates a confusion in every African students. This dilemma comes from Western education and causes a confused mindset in each African teenager. After returning from England, Obi observes that his society has changed a lot. He is shocked when he approaches the new Nigeria without a proper nationhood. He calls this new Nigeria as a new one. He realized that in Nigeria the government was there. Here they means the corrupted bureaucrats. Gradually, Obi finds no place for his identity in his motherland. Obi calls this difference between when he was in England, he had many expectations for his motherland, but when he returns from there, he realized that Africa became a very corrupted one, a poverty-stricken, corrupted nation. Gradually Obi finds no place for his identity in his motherland. And Obi calls this difference between expectations and reality as national disease. Here, national disease means rampant corruption in African society, but all this corruption and problems in governance all were created by British government only. When he finds it difficult to sustain in such a derailed social system, he reconciled or he adjusted with this new ideology. Obi also Obi was also forced to take forced to take bribes, and he was forced to become a corrupted officer because of societal pressure. And through this character, Achebe says that this corruption only made Africa again and again a poverty-stricken nation even after its independence. Obi has started to take bribe and become a part of this national disease. Obi who has taken loans for Clara's medical expenses came under financial strain. His pressures further doubles when his mother becomes ill and gradually succumbed to death. Obi, utterly shocked by his mother's demise, and manages to send as much as money as possible. Gradually, he realizes that a man who is not helped by his family and society is helpless and cannot sustain without bribes. In the course of time, he starts taking bribes without any regret. What has made Obi Okonkwo a corrupted one is his isolation from his family and his clan people. Obi's education is sponsored by a group called Umuaro Progressive Union, and they expected some favors in return which he is not able to fulfill. Again, his relation with his parents has become worse in the name of Clara and Osu girl. When rejection has happened from all the sides, his consciousness is not ready to accept it because the education he has got from Europe is not fit enough to cope with the problems in daily life. This is what Chinua Achebe is saying, that the education the talented African teenagers gets from European universities is not enough for them to face the daily problems in their life, and this makes them this gives them a confused mindset, because these teenagers are not ready to study the culture of their land. As a result of this, they are not able to face problems in their life. This is what Chinua Achebe is saying through his novels, and through this Achebe is accusing the problems or the defaults in this sponsored education. Through this sponsored education only, Britain is again and again ruling over Africa. So in the scholarship season, Obi continuously starts to take bribes from allowing scholarships. Two instances are mentioned in the novel, as he is lured by a wealthy businessman for allowing scholarship for his son. And another example gives is that he is physically using a girl for allowing scholarship for that girl, and finally he was caught, and one day ultimately he is caught when his flat was raided and seized, marked notes worth 20 pounds. He was arrested for taking only 20 pounds. When Obi is produced in the court. Everybody, including the judge, was wondered why he has taken such a menial amount. Even for Umufoya Progressive Union is not ready to accept the fact that a person who is in government service is caught for such a small amount. Obi's life is an example for how people with education and principle are forced to accept all those which they rejected once. Through the life of Obi Okonkwo in the novel No Longer at Ease, Chinua Achebe is finally accusing the sponsored education which is responsible for rampant corruption in African society even after its independence. Thank you.